This is an unprecedented attack in the history of terrorism, considering its scale. This is the largest attack by a foreign force on American soil, said scholar Brian Michael Jenkins of the RAND Corporation regarding the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. 23 years have passed, yet the pain remains, as many families have still not received the remains of their loved ones who perished on September 11, 2001. The strong Americans who experienced that memorable day made an extremely difficult decision. They're going to rebuild a new building area on the very ruined land where there may still be people lying there forever. It will be a place where Americans remember those who were less fortunate in the terrorist attacks, and it will also be a place where they look towards the future and affirm the strength of their nation. In this video, let's take a look back at the process of constructing this meaningful, century-defining project. Before the assaults, the World Trade Center complex contained the two famous Twin Towers, as well as Towers 3 through 7 and a central plaza. When the North and South Towers collapsed, they released enormous forces spreading debris and fires over the neighborhood. The Marriott Hotel, 3 World Trade Center, positioned right between the towers, was entirely destroyed. Buildings 4, 5, and 6, similar 8 and 9-story office buildings, also experienced serious damage, leading to partial collapses. World Trade Center 7, a 47-story structure, was damaged by debris, and fires broke out, leading it to collapse later that afternoon. A subterranean mall connecting the metro to the World Trade Center was also substantially demolished. Other surrounding buildings, albeit not part of the World Trade Center complex, were harmed. The collapse of World Trade Center 7 badly damaged Fitterman Hall across the street, which was destroyed in 2009. On the other side, the South Towers collapse demolished a modest Greek Orthodox church that had stood since the 1830s. Despite weathering almost 150 years of New York's metropolitan transformations, it too fell prey to the horrible attacks. Ownership of the site became a significant factor in the redevelopment argument. Most of the original World Trade Center complex was controlled by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. In the 1990s, efforts were made to privatize parts of it. Westfield, a global shopping center operator, leased the shopping complex beneath the World Trade Center, while American real estate mogul Larry Silverstein won a 99-year lease for the Twin Towers and surrounding buildings. After the attacks, the Port Authority moved to recover control of the leases to promote redevelopment. The question of what to do with Ground Zero extended beyond merely ownership. It also involved the relatives of victims. Various concepts evolved, illustrating a contradiction between providing a meaningful monument and replacing destroyed office space. While some urged for a tranquil monument, others, like Silverstein, pushed for a fast restoration of the office space, spurred by economic constraints. One of the first phases in the rebuilding effort was the construction of the new 7 World Trade Center, begun by Silverstein in 2002 and finished in 2006. This building, apart from the master plan for the rest of the property, highlighted the business side of redevelopment. Meanwhile, the Lower Manhattan Development Corporation, LMDC, was founded to arbitrate the many interests involved. A design competition was organized, drawing some of the most prominent architects in the world. Proposals range from memorial-focused designs to those trying to blend memory with regeneration. Architect Daniel Libeskind's Memory Foundations concept finally won, proposing a cluster of structures grouped around the original Twin Towers site, aligning in ascending height when viewed from the Statue of Liberty. An important aspect was the symbolic height of 1,776 feet for the centerpiece skyscraper, commemorating the signing of the Declaration of Independence. However, economic and political realities meant that compromises had to be made. Silverstein, who was paying $10 million a month in lease payments, had his own ambition for quick redevelopment. The ultimate proposal, molded by innumerable talks and alterations, resulted in One World Trade Center, a twisting glass monolith that became the tallest structure in the United States. The memorial site design, chosen through a separate competition, became Reflecting Absence by Michael Arad and Peter Walker. It has 2 ponds outlining the original Twin Towers, with waterfalls and the names of victims etched around them. The entire site functions as both a center of commemoration and a hub of business, symbolizing the intricate interplay of memory, economy, and design. The New World Trade Center complex continues to expand, integrating office rooms, memorials, and public areas. It fulfills various roles, supplying office space, operating as a transit hub, and standing as a strong memorial. Despite criticisms of some decisions and concessions, the site today reflects the resiliency of New York City and its resolve to honor those lost while moving forward. That's the entire process of the World Trade Center complex being rebuilt. When this building collapses, another will be erected, but the pain will forever remain there. Americans will never forget these pains. May those who are less fortunate find peace in heaven. We, the members of Simple Facts, would like to dedicate this video to all Americans working and living on this beautiful land, wishing you freedom and happiness for your families and loved ones. Thank you for your support and following our video today. See you next week in other simulated documentaries. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe and follow us. Every support and feedback from you will help us improve our content more and more. Thank you, everyone.